Good morning, everyone. So there are a lot of opportunities this morning that we are looking out to take. That we are looking out to take this morning. We are hoping our Friday night to be very beautiful. We are hoping our Friday night is going to be very beautiful. So today is the last day of August 2024, and we are not going to see. Let me share my YouTube link to the various groups. We are not going to see 30th August 2024 again. So we need to make it a memorable day. We need to make it a memorable day. So there was opportunity, but the opportunity that I'm seeing on Euro USD is the has the best risk to reward. Let me put it that way. Euro USD, the opportunity on Euro USD has the best risk to reward as compared to GBP USD. Even though GBP USD is the one that you've been taking more often, but Euro USD has given the setup and it has a good risk to reward. So that's the one that I will be taking this morning. But one thing that is confusing me, or one thing that is making me this thing, it has been my worries, CPI that you'll be having on hot, and it's an impactful. By looking at the figures, it means what the euro this thing is going to euro is going to fall, because looking at the inflation data, the one that they are forecasting is 2 points, which is way lesser than the previous one. So if the numbers are very less, okay, if the numbers are very less, coming, let me. It's been a while I shared the link in the various groups. Uh-uh. So as I'm saying, looking at the fundamentals this morning, the numbers that came out, the numbers that they are expecting, okay, the numbers that they are expecting is 2.2%, which is way lesser than what happened in the previous month. So if it happens like that, that means what? The inflation data is going to be less. So if inflation data is very less, it's going to affect or it's going to impact the economy negatively. So it's not inflation, less inflation data or less inflation figures is not good for the economy. We are expecting inflation to be high. When inflation is high in an economy, that's when what the central bank start to increase their interest rate. So when you increase interest rate, people are really interested when interest rates there was a hike in interest rate. Okay, because they are going to get high returns on their investment, their treasury bills, their fixed deposits. Unless maybe you are taking loan, that's when you are going to pay high interest on. But aside that, all everything that you are going to do, okay, your savings and those things, people are really going to bring money in the economy. So it's really good for the economy. Inflation data is really good for the economy. So 2.2% they're expecting. So it aligns with the analysis that we did that euro, the base currency is going to fall. You see, as we said, if inflation data is what is negative, that means what euro is going to be weak. And if euro is weak, as we are pairing it with what USD, we are expecting euro to fall. Okay, because every time the base currency is what the base currency is a reference element. The base currency is a reference element. So if you are YouTube, can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly type 1 in the chat box. If you are on YouTube and you can hear me, kindly type 1 in the chat box. Let me know whether you can hear me so that maybe I will adjust my. You can hear me well? Okay. All right. So as I'm saying, the fundamentals aligns with what you're expecting this morning. So let me do a fresh analysis since it has not started playing out. Let me do a fresh analysis. Okay, so that's why I was asking. Is it okay now? All right. So let's move to the monthly time frame on Euro USD. Okay, let's give reference to the OG. So let's analyze the GBP USD since it is an OG pair. We can't underrate it like that. So on the monthly time frame, so as you do it every day, the monthly time frame is what we have a resistance over there. Okay, there's a resistance at this level. So we have a support too at this level. So these are the current supports and what we have: valid support and resistances and invalid support and resistances. So support and resistances, actually it's a subjective this thing. The way we identify them on the chart is a subjective, based on how the trader, based on the trader's experience. It's usually a subjective way of doing it. Trading itself is a subjective game based on your experience level. Some people will come here, factor all these things in consideration, but per my experience, this is the what key frame. So the monthly time frame is clearly what, according to the trend. You don't need indicator. It's what, an uptrend, because we have impulse correction, okay, impulse correction, impulse. So it's an uptrend. So when you move to the weekly time frame too, weekly too is what, an uptrend. Weekly too is an uptrend. Okay. So after identifying the trend, the next thing that you will do is what, identifying the, what do you call it, the key levels or the area of interest or the support, or they are the same thing. I usually call it area of interest because it's a crucial area, or it's a potential, it's a place, a level that you are going to take an action. It's when it gets to that level, it's what you see some reaction on those level. It's a sensitive areas. So we have a resistance support over here. So this is a support level. Okay, this is a support level. So the reason why it's a support level, because as the candle what broke through this resistance level, it tends towards a support. Initially it was resistance, so as it broke through, it tends towards a support. So we have what, a support area over here. So this is also a current, this is also what, a current support level. Okay, this is also a current support level. So these are the tradable zones that you are going to trade in case maybe what, we are taking an entry on what, the weekly time frame, even though we have a tradable zone at the weekly time frame. But the reason is, as I explained, I've been explaining it the whole of this week, we can't be taking an entry over here because what, the stop loss is going to be wide, even though it has given us the setup, everything, but we can't be taking it, because taking it, you have to place your stop loss to the next structure level. You get it, to the next structure level. So we can't take an entry over here. Taking an entry over here, your stop loss is going to be wide here, unless even you place it over here. And if you are taking this resistance into consideration, you have to, the candle, when the candle is breaking, by all means, it needs to what, the candle structure needs to what, shift before it can what, move in your direction. But here there was no candle structure, so your stop loss is going to be here, which is wider than what your take profit. So I'm saying you need to see what, an upward move, and the market too doesn't move linear. It's moving what, it moves in a skewed way, like it move impulse, it will correct, impulse, it will correct. You get it? So that's how usually the market moves. So you are not going to get a smooth ride to the target. By all means, it will retrace, but to where it is going to retrace to, we don't know. Okay, so we are not going to use maybe Fibonacci, those who use Fibonacci's and those things, to say, oh, when it gets to this side, automatically it needs to bounce back. It doesn't work that way. Okay, it doesn't work that way. So we can't predict the movements of the market. We allow the market to give us a signal that this is where it is going to move to before we make a decision, or before what, we take action. So when you move to the daily time frame, the daily time frame is what, a downtrend. You get it? The daily time frame is a downtrend. So the moment this higher low got broken, it tends towards a downtrend. So now this is the current. You are not going to look at this side since structure has shifted. This is the level. This is the level that's what you are going to factor into consideration. So this is We have a resistance level over here. We have a resistance level over there. Okay, so now this is the tradable zone at the daily time frame. We're expecting price to what? We have a wick over here, so maybe you will see some consolidation before, because it's going because initially the previous candle, what, as the previous candle got to this side, it's retraced back, or it's corrected back. So that means what, this point is a very high, it's a sensitive area. We don't know the reason why, as price got to this side, it's retraced back. So get price getting to this side is a sensitive area. So when it gets to this side, you either what, break even. Okay, you either take note of those levels, because but the target is at this level. This is the target. So at the H4 is doing something else. I like the way it is moving. Okay, because of the CPI, I like the way it is moving. So the H42 is what? H42 is what? A downtrend. Okay, impulse correction, impulse correction. Okay, it's a downtrend. So what I'm expecting on the H4 is what? There was a resistance over here. Sorry, there was a support over here. There was a support over here. So you see the candle, the H4 candle was open with no bottom wick. So what I'm expecting is what? By all means, we are going to see a flip in the candle. Okay, we are going to see a flip of the candle. Even though candle structure has shifted direction, this is the point, it shifted direction. Okay, it has broken this one. So it's indicating an upward move or a bullish move. But I'm waiting for it to what? The target is what? To the bias for the day is what? A sell, because what, daily is an downtrend, H4 is a downtrend. So what I'm expecting this morning is what? Even though it is moving, I'm not interested in this buy. I'm not interested in buy today. What I'm going for, unless maybe my bias is going to shift, unless maybe price has shifted structure to this side. Okay, before my bias will shift. But for now, my bias is what? A sell. I'm not going in for a buy today. So this is the area of interest. Okay, so as with this thing, we have already taken our entries on what, Euro USD. Those in the private group, I've given them the sell stop, the take profit, and those stuffs. So if you are not in the private group, that means you are not what, you are not going to be part of the move. So this is the area of interest. So I'm expecting price to what, struggle at this end before it will. This is the point, or this is the level that is going to what, restrict or prevent price to even move further up. So I'm expecting price to bounce to this side, then what, start retracing. Then we can take a sell. So it depends. It depends on, but for now, since this price is what, a resistance, and now it has broken this end, there's no sell now. Even though the bias for the day is a sell, but for now there's no sell, as in there's no entry. So I've been saying this thing. Sometimes you can get a setup, but there will not be an entry. You have to know the difference. Sometimes you get a setup, but there will not be an entry. Though you are not going to get an entry. So with the entry, what I'm expecting is what, I'm expecting a breakout of this candle. So it will either be H1 change or shift in structure, maybe H1 pullback. Okay, when the H1 does something like this, when H1 candle close above the zone, okay, when the H1 candle close above the zone, then I'll take the sell. So that's what I'm expecting on GBP USD. But let's move to Euro USD. So this is what I'm expecting on. I'm expecting a sell on what? GU this morning. Okay, to target this zone. This is the next area of interest I'll be targeting. because what gives us the signal, what gives us a signal that it is going to sell is what you see this candle created with no bottom wick. So the probability or the chances of it what flipping bullish is very high before the close of the what before the close of the session. The chances of it flipping to bearish is very high. So let's move to Euro USD. So Euro USD is where the deal is. Okay, this is what we are looking out for today. We are looking for sell on Euro USD. So on the monthly time frame, the monthly time frame is what? It's an uptrend. Okay, this is the point, high, impulse, correction, impulse. So this is the level that is shifted what? It shifted structure to an uptrend. It's consolidated small over here, did like what? ABC correction, then what? It's flip up. So at this level, the market was what? An uptrend. So the monthly is an uptrend, but a monthly time frame is what for position trade. A monthly time frame is a longer time frame. It's going to take a long time before it will play out. So mostly we don't usually take it in consideration, or we don't usually what factor them. The only thing, the most important thing that you look for on the monthly time frame is the key levels. So we had a key level over here. We had a key level over here. So mostly even USD and GU, it looks like they have some similarities, or they have something in common on Euro USD and GU. So the monthly structure is the same thing as what is happening on Euro GU. So when you move to the weekly time frame, we have what? We have another support over here. So you see the monthly and the weekly have something. They are all aligned at this level. So it tells you that this level is a strong area. Okay, so let's move to the daily time frame. Since it is already moving down, okay, since the candles are moving down, it is not necessary, or it's not important for me to take this one into consideration, because before it will flip, it will not be today. We can still indicate it on the chart, because anything can happen. So the daily time frame is what? The daily time frame is a downtrend. You get it? The daily time frame made high, okay, and now this candle has broken it. So the moment this candle broke this higher low, the direction towards an uptrend, a downtrend rather. So what I'm expecting this morning is what? On the daily time frame. So there has been a break of what? The break of structure. There's a shift in structure. So this is the zone you are going to. This is the tradable zone at the daily time frame. Okay. So anytime price will get to this side, you are going to see some rejection, either breakouts or what? A rejection to up. You feel me? Yeah. So when you move to the H4 time frame too, you have what? H4 time frame is a downtrend. So you see, this is a downtrend, H4 is a downtrend, and we have some key levels over here. We had a resistance over here. The candle has broken through. You get it? The candle has broken through. The candle has broken through. We have another resistance over here. So this indicates, this indicates what? A strong level. Okay, you have a strong level over here. So we had a support over here, a support over here. This candle broke through the support, and this candle breaking through is what? A strong time frame candle breaking through a support. You get it? A stronger time frame breaking through a support. So it tells you that what this signal is a strong what the candle is giving us a strong confirmation. So at the H1 time frame, we are expecting this kind of the moment you are going to move, the moment we see a shift in this structure, okay, we are going to take a sell at this level. This is where we are going to take a sell. Sorry, I want to see something like this. Then I'll take a sell. So this is where we are going to take the sell. So this will be our target. You are going to target this level. So the risk to reward is very sweet. It's giving us a sweet risk to reward. Okay, it's giving us a sweet risk to reward. Hey, why? What happened? It has broken through. Hey, then let me check it. When did it break? Wow, I never knew it has broken. Oh. When did it break? Oh, it has not broken. Okay, it has not broken. I thought it has broken. So this where we are expecting it to. Hey, what's happening? I thought I was being triggered. I really don't like this platform at all. I'm familiar with MetaTrader 5, but the C Trader, I'm not familiar with it at all. So this is where you are expecting the flip of the candle. When it flips down, then we take a sell. This platform, I'm really not familiar with it at all. I don't really like it. I'm used to the MetaTrader 5. So we are waiting for the flip. You are waiting for the flip of the candle. This candle flip bearish. Then we take a sell to this target. So this is what you are expecting. So Euro USD, the setup, it's giving us a nice setup. So the risk to reward is really going to be sweet on Euro USD. The risk to reward is going to be so okay. It's like 1 to 2 or almost 1 to 2. Getting to 1 to 2. Yeah, so 1 to 2 risk to reward, which is sweet. So this is what we are expecting on Euro USD. So this is the trade we are expecting to take on Euro USD. But one thing is what we are very careful because we have an upcoming CPI flash. So this news is going to be impactful. It's really going to be impactful. So we are going to be very careful. Even though the fundamentals are saying Euro is going to be weak. The fundamentals are saying Euro is going to be weak. because they are expecting 2.2. The last inflation data was what? The last CPI data was 2.6, which is way higher than the current one. So if it is higher, this is not an actual figures, okay? This is not actual figure, just a projection. This is what they are speculating. This is what they are projecting. So if it happens like this, then you should expect euro to what, to be weak. If these figures remains the same, then you should expect euro to be what, to be weak. So this is what you are expecting. So let's see if we get triggered. So it has not been triggered yet, so I have to remove this one for someone not to take something that has not been triggered. So you are going to be triggered at this price. You are this is the price, or this is the entry price that you are going to enter. So it will be a flip. Okay, so it will be a flip of the H1 structure. So if it does something like this, so it's almost the same as what we are expecting on GU. So when it does something like this, when it does something like this, then we take the sell to the side. So when it happens like this, then we take the sell to the down. So this is what you are expecting on Euro USD. This is what we are expecting on Euro USD. So we are expecting the candle to flip bearish. When it starts flipping, so most of the times what happens in the market is when there's an upcoming high impact means we are going to see consolidations. We are going to see ranges before it will start flipping bearish. I don't know whether it's the same thing is going to repeat over. The same thing is going to repeat over here, because sometimes when you get triggered or when your order gets filled, you are going to experience consolidation, going to experience drawdown before your order will be flipped. Your order will be triggered. So this is what you are expecting. So let me check, since it hasn't played out yet. Let me do justice to gold. So kindly give a like on the stream. If you are new here, kindly give a like on the stream. So yesterday I saw someone saying gold is distances if it hasn't given you the confirmation you want. If it hasn't given you the confirmation, you don't have to be. So let me check the daily. Daily is an uptrend. Daily is an uptrend. It created a support over here. It gave out a support over here. In the H4. Okay, H4 is kind of a downtrend. It broke out, made what, a correction, ABC correction. So you expect, okay, but now there was no confirmation, even though we have a strong areas over here, a strong resistance, a strong resistance, a strong resistance. 3, the market price came up to this side, so it rejected it over here, came, rejected, keep rejected. Wow, so this zone is a strong zone times. Okay, so if price, the chances of price breaking is very low, but you can't be, you need to see confirmation before you move. Okay, because it can do anything, it can break through. So one thing you have to do is what you need to seek confirmation. You need to seek confirmation before you make a decision, because now it is what is showing you there's a bullish candle that it is giving you. You are seeing a bullish candle, unless maybe you want to make an impulsive, unless maybe you want to make an impulsive decision. So if you want to make an impulsive decision, that's when you are going to take a sell at this level. But you have to wait for the candle to give you a signal. All the candles that you are seeing are bullish candles. You have to wait for the candle to give you a signal before you make a decision. You get it? Before you make a decision. But at this point, they are all hot, showing you what a bullish, giving you a bullish candles. You can't make a decision over here. So you have to wait for either a structure. Okay, you have to wait for either a structure. That's what usually I wait for, to shift, to give you an indication that it is going to sell before you make a decision. But I don't usually take these impulse entries, because price has got into these resistance levels. Okay, even though it's strong levels, but I'm not going to make an impulsive decision like that. So that's what I usually look for. So let's check Euro USD and see. So yeah, so we are hoping maybe if lending open doesn't give us a strong move, then it's going to be a delicate decision to make, because we need volume at the lending open. Other than that, this CPI is going to spoil everything. This CPI is really going to spoil everything. I want a move at the lending session. I don't want the closure of the H4 candle. I want the this thing, the break. I want the move to happen at this lending session, because you have an upcoming CPI news. I don't want to be involved in those things. Okay, I don't want to be involved, because CPI it's your orders can get slip. Okay, so the price that you gave it to your brokers, it's not going to be sold at the same price. That's what mostly it happens. The price you gave it to them are not going to get sold at the same time when it gets slipped. So if you are expecting price to what, you are expecting price to if you are expecting price to if you are expecting your brokers to get your price, your this thing, your entry to get filled at this level, when your price, your order gets slipped, you are going to be sometime get triggered at this level, which is far close to what your take profit. So that's what usually it happens when you get slippage. When you get slip, you are not going to be given the price that you give to your brokers. Sometimes the price is going to be, if you are selling, so that means you are expecting what, you are expecting to sell it at a high price. They are going to sell it what, at a lowest price. Okay, so you see what is happening. So sometimes those in the private group, the moment this candle, okay, so please kindly delete your sell stop. Okay, if you are in the private group, kindly delete your sell stop. Kindly delete your sell stop now. Kindly delete. What's happening? That's what I don't like, taking trades when, so kindly delete it. Okay, kindly delete it. But you can, when it flip this one too, when it breaks this one, then we make a decision. Let's wait for the break before we make a decision. So I'm deleting my sell stop now. So if you are in the private group, kindly delete your sell stop. So I've deleted my sell stop because of what? The break. I deleted it because of the break of what? Candle structure. That's why I deleted it. It's a nice entry. It's a nice entry signal. But I'm sure because of this CPI, that's why we are seeing some rapid changes in prices like that. So let me see. So today we are either going to get an entry on GU or what? I have to bound by hook or crook. I have to get an entry. What I'm hoping for is what this CPI is not. I'm hoping, or my prayer is what this CPI shouldn't be impactful. I have to get a trade today for me to enjoy my Friday. So I'm hoping this CPI is not going to be impactful. That's my prayer. It shouldn't be impactful. If it's not impactful, then maybe if I don't get trade at the lending session, that's what I'm hoping for. Because the way things are moving, I was thinking maybe we are going to see a massive move for Euro USD before the CPI news. By the way things are going, it might not give us the trade. It might not give us the trade. It's really giving us the I really like what the setup. I really like the setup. It will move down, but as to when it will move is the problem. As to when it is going to move is the problem. So that's what mostly it does. If there was high impact news for us, but sometimes too you experience a massive move at the lending session in case maybe you have news like FOMC, you have news like NFP and those things. Sometimes you get a massive move, but this is Euro news. Okay, this is Euro news. So that's the annoying part of trading. If you are not involved in trading news events, sometimes everything will set. You see a textbook trade or a textbook setup, and just some news, high impact news will come and take, maybe will move and spoil everything. Whilst you are expecting it to move in your favor, you see what the news events will come around and what you spoil all your setups. It will spoil all your setup. But we have to get trade today by hook or crook. The market needs to reward us because we are going for weekend. Even though I took one trade this week, I took a trade over here. That was on Wednesday or so during the New York session. It was a nice entry. So the way I trade, I don't rush. I'll make sure it aligns with the way I trade before I'll take a decision. So this is the point I took this. Okay, this is the point I took this. This is the point I took this. There was what a clear move, very sweet, very sweet. This is the point I took this. Targeting. So something like one to one. It was a textbook setup, textbook entry. Everything was given. Okay. So as the H1 candle broke through, I relaxed, waited for what? The H4. So the H4 brought the pullback around 6, around 7. Was it? It seems like the timing is, my time is wrong. The trade didn't happen. The trade happened. Let me check. It seems like the timing is wrong. This happened around, okay, 9 o'clock. Was it not during the New York session? Yeah, so this is the point. The timing is not important. It's like it happened during the New York session, but I don't know why. So I waited for the H1, H4 candle, move towards H4. So the H1 candle, that's why I've been saying you don't have to be using the lower time frame. So supposing maybe you are saying there was a tradable range over here. You see, you are going to get what? A pullback. So I waited for the pullback, the flip, you see. So if the candle is moving, you are seeing bullish candle. It hasn't given you a confirmation. You get it? It hasn't given you have to wait for what? A bear. If you are taking a sell, you have to wait and see some bearish candles before you make a decision. So this is where the moment I saw the bearish candle close above this structure, it created a structure over here. You you get it. So the moment I waited for the candle to break and close, it settled what? It settled beneath the structure level. I took the sell over here. This is the point I took the sell. It was a textbook trade. Okay, I took the sell over here, targeted this level. The moment you see the moment it got to the target, it's rejected. Okay, so always make sure you are taking profits when you have to have a target. Okay, you need to have a set target. If you are not having a set target, then you are getting things wrong. So the moment it gets to my target, so you see how accurately I've been indicating the support and resistance level. The moment it got to that level, the what price rejected. So these levels are very sensitive. Price are very sensitive to these levels. Okay, price are there. I call it equilibrium point. Okay, where buyers and sellers meet. So anytime that there's a equilibrium point, suppliers or demand is what going to contemplate to like there's going to be a tag over here. Okay, who to take what? Who to take control or what? Either buyers to take control or sellers to take control. That's going to be what? A challenge. So the moment price got to this side, it rejected back. That's a good word. Otherwise, you're talking to the founder or connecting. Is the best time for us to do. So the moment it got to that level, it's rejected. Okay, it's rejected it immediately to what? To the entry level before starting to bounce back, rejected. So you see, price struggle, price really it gets rejected. So you have to know how to identify those levels. You get it? You have to know how to identify those levels. You know how to identify those levels. So I've taken only one trade this week, which is a sell on Euro USD. So my win rate is really high. My win rate is really high because I really wait for the setup, a clear setup before I will make a decision. I don't rush in things, and I have a plan. I have a system. Okay, that makes trading very beautiful and it makes trading stress free. If I not have a system, that's when you start wondering on what to do. As in, you're always wondering on what to do in the market. But if I have a system, trading becomes very easy and simple. I don't stress, and I've been there before. Those times I used to be wondering on what to do, like when the market is when the market is moving very massively, I get pissed off because I'm not in the move. By the moment I got my system, the moment I got a trading strategy, nah, I'm not bothered. If price like if price want to move like 200 pace, I'm not bothered, because if I know it doesn't align with the way I trade, I always wait for candles to close so that I'll patiently execute. That's what I usually do. I don't rush to take decisions, impulse decisions, and those stuffs. I always wait. So that's what you have to do. If you want to be consistent, or if you want to make it in this game, this game is very simple. It's the easiest way to make is the hardest way to make an easy money. Trading is the hardest way to make an easy money. But it's going to be your money, your brokers are you are going to deposit your money to your brokers if you don't have a system. So I've been emphasizing on this thing. Have a plan, have a trading strategy, be consistent on it. This strategy that I'm using now, it didn't come like within a day. It came as a result of what? Refining. It came as a result of my losing trades. So the moment I lose, I just sit down, analyze why did I even lose the trade. Yesterday I talked about asking yourself why questions. You ask yourself, why did this thing happen? So when I take a trade, if I analyze and I take a trade, so sometimes, like for instance, those times, like yesterday in the private group, there was, let me check, Euro USD. Yeah. So was it Euro USD also? GBP USD rather. So as I'm saying, the trading strategy that I'm using came as a result of my losing trades and those stuff. So yesterday, yeah, I was giving an example. So yesterday, for instance, those times I would have been taking this kind of trade. Yesterday around New York session, we were analyzing the charts on my private group, those in my private group, and those times I would have taken this sell. I swear, I would have taken this sell. Those times, but from experience, I noticed that when price move from the area of interest, when price is far from the area of interest, you don't have to buy in the middle of a range, because this is the next zone. Okay, price moving zone to zone. So if this is the next zone, price has gotten to this level. If you are entering over here, you are in the middle of a range. You get it? You are in the middle of a range. So the chances of price retracing is very high. So you have to always make sure you are buying. You have to always make sure what you are buying on what. You have to always make sure you are buying when you are taking a decision. It's close to what your area of interest. Don't buy what at a higher price and what you sell it at a lower price. So when price go to this side, I notice that it is far from the area of interest, because if you take a decision over here, if you take a decision over here, price, as I said, it doesn't move in a straight line. It will move like this. It moves in a skewed way. Okay, so it is going to make a retracement. I don't want to be in a trade and I'll start what retrace, like price will start retracing on me. So I always wanted to buy at a level which is close to what the area of interest. Okay, I want to buy at a level which is close to the it's far from the area of interest, and the timing to the possibility or the chances of I said we are not going to take trade. And you guys can see it for yourselves that as price got to this side, it's retrace. So that's the what that's experience. That's the experience that I'm talking about. You get it? That's the experience. So you need the experience in the game. You need to refine your strategy. So it came as a result. My strategy came as a result of what refining trades that have been taken that didn't work well. So if I take trade, for instance, if I take trade at the 1 hour time frame and I lose, I'll just sit down and ask myself. So I notice, oh, maybe the lower time frames are not, I'm not, it's not helping me. So I have to move to a high time frame, lesser than what the H1 time frame. So I did that. And I noticed, oh, so now I notice, oh, maybe the H4 time frame is what the time frames that I've been getting winning trades. But most people are not going over their trades. If you want to be good in this game, you have to go over your trades. That is what is going to transform your trading career. You need to go over trades. You need to what? You need to, like this stream, for instance, you need to go back and watch whatever I said. Every analysis that I did, you need to go over. But people are not doing those things. People are not willing to put in the work. If you are not willing to put in the work, there's no way you are going to. If you are not willing to put in the work, you are not going to get this skill. Okay, so you need to learn, visualize, memorize the patterns. So now price has broken it. Okay, price has broken it. So the chances of the chances of this candle flipping bullish, bearish is very high. Okay, so we decided to enter it over here, but we didn't get the entry. Okay, we didn't get the market didn't get us triggered. So as I'm saying, because of the hot CPI, you are going to see some chaos before the CPI will happen. You're going to see some chaos, but I'm hoping it will make a deep retracement, because I don't want to be. Oh, sorry. So we have GDP too. Okay, you have, so this I'm not this news, this economic event is not that impactful like that. This economic event is not other impactful, even though it's in the red folder. Change in price of goods purchased by consumers. So this one too is like, it's also like an inflation data, PCE, price index. So change in the price of goods and service purchased by consumers, excluding food and energy, differs from core CPI in that it only measures goods and services targeted towards a consumed by individuals. Prices and weighted according to total expenditure. CPI related tendency. So it's like, also it's not the same as CPI, but it has some attributes of CPI. So this times I'm hoping this setup is not going to get spoiled, because I want to take a trade today, but I'm not in rush to take the trade. So if you have a question, you can just bring it out. Good morning, sir. So it depends on the market structure. It depends on New York session. The time of the day doesn't. It has nothing to do with the way the market is moving. Yeah, so it depends on the structure. So you have to always you have to wait for you have to know the timing that the candles close, especially the H4 candle close. So it's closed around 9 a.m., 1 a.m., 5. You get it. So these are the times that the H4 candle close. Is your question answered? Because I'm not getting it well. Yeah. So the timing doesn't have any effect on when, as in how the structure are forming. The structure forms based on how the candles are closing. So we are in waiting mode. You are waiting for the candle to flip. If the candle flip, then you make a decision. Because you are targeting sell today. You are targeting sell for today. You are targeting it to get to this side. But now there's no entry for now. But my worry is this new event. The timing that it is happening is my. That's my worry for now. So you are in lending, up lending. My worry is the CPI. CPI sometimes everything will, even though it will move in your favor, everything. But when there's news events like this, you will get stopped out before the market will even move in your favor. Especially if your stop loss it's not placed in the right level, you get stopped out before price will even move in your favor. So let me check GU then. That's the disadvantage of. So I'm kind of confused on should I wait for. Or should I rex it for the biscuit? Let me check core CPI flash estimate. So when this candle flip bearish, when the candle flip bearish, I might take a sell. Or should I wait for the? Should I wait for the? Should I wait for GU? Sake of with Euro USD, the fundamentals. Even though fundamentals will drive price, okay, fundamentals move price, but sometimes it can be chaos. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly do so. Kindly subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel, and give a like to the stream too if you have not done so. So I'll be making a decision. If this candle starts flipping bearish, I'll start to make a decision. Should I? So it has broken the tip of this candle. Let me check each one. Let me check 30 minutes. Okay, so let's wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Let's wait for the 30-minute candle to close. This is very delicate. So in trading, you need to be very confident. You don't have to fear. Most people fear to risk, or most people fear to enter trades. If you are scared, you can't make money in the game. So you have to You have to be like a robot. You don't care. That's when you make money. You make money by being confident in your analysis. So we kind of because the plan was to wait for the candle to flip, but now it has broken the tip. It has broken the tip. Okay, so now candle structure has shifted an uptrend. Candle structure has shifted an uptrend. It is retesting on this support level. Okay, so if it flips bearish, then You will see what to do. Whether you are going to wait for a candle or so when it comes to entry, you need to be very strategic on. You need to have an entry plan. Okay. So as you are having the entry plan, then you compare it with what the fundamentals to. Okay, the way it is moving. So we have two opportunity, two market that is giving us opportunity. GU is giving us a sell signal, Euro USD. So we either take one of them based on which one will present the opportunity first. We are all going for sell for all of them. Okay, you'll be going for sell for all of them, but they've not given us or presented opportunity. They've not presented the entry now. They've not presented the entry now. I like the structure on Euro USD because of the risk to reward that is given. That's why I like to take the trade on. To take the sell on Euro USD. But there's no entry now, so you have to be very calm. Let me check the 30-minute time frame and see. So maybe if the 30 minutes candle flip, okay. If the 30 minutes candle flip bearish, if it's close above here, if the 30 minutes candle close above here, then we make a decision. So this is very, very delicate or delicate. You are in delicate or what's the word self? Delicate. Let me check it out. You are in very critical area. The way price is doing, it has broken the tip, and at the same time, so when it flips and breaks the dip, then we can go in for the sell. But for now, there's no entry. So I told you guys to delete your sell stops. Okay, delete it. So it has given us the opportunity again. So you either get opportunity on GU, you either get opportunity on GU or Euro USD. Let me check out. So a scared money wins no money or gets no money. You don't have to be scared in trading. If you are scared, you get no money. Be very confident in executing your plan. That's the most important thing. Be very confident in what? Executing your plan. So I'm very confident in this trade setup. If this H4 candle breaks above this one, I have to wait for the next H4 candle to what? So what my prayer is what? For the H4, this H4 candle to make a deep retracement, because I don't want to be involved in this CPI. So I want it to make a deep retracement by New York session. I'm sure by the close of the 1 o'clock p.m. candle, it will flip bearish again. Then I will take it with what? There will be a clean move. By today too is Friday. Today is Friday. If you don't enter trade early, then maybe it will take you to what? The weekends. So today is Friday. Should we observe? Just observe or what? So it depends. Let's see. Let's see. So if it makes a deep retracement, come to this side. If it makes a deep retracement to this side, if it makes a deep retracement to this side, then the next candle will what? The next candle will flip. So when it flips like this, then what? We take what? The sell. Okay, then we take the sell. Other than that, then you have to look for an opportunity on what? An opportunity on GU. Okay, you have to look for an opportunity on GU. So GU is looking good. So what I'm so you see GU open with no bottom wick at the H4 time frame. The chances of what? It flipping bearish is very high. Okay, the chances of it flipping, there's no when you move to the lower time frame, it's supposed to create some structure at the lower time frame, but it just moves straight forward. Okay, it was supposed to create some structure, something like this, as it's created, as it created the bearish candle. So you were supposed to see something, but a wick. The structure is going to be a wick at the H4 time frame, but it refused to do something like that. It refused to do something like that. So now, so you see how patient is golden as we relax and waited for the candle to form. See, things are aligned. You are not in rush. So that's why you have to always use the tip and the dip of the candles. Don't rush to enter trades. Okay. You don't have to rush. So it can flip. Okay, this can be just this thing. Even though candle structure is giving us what? It's giving us a bullish move, but it can flip what? Bearish. The H1 candle has broken through this strong zone, so the chances of price moving high is very distant. Is very high, because this is what we have a strong area of interest over here. We had a H4 resistance and support over at this end. So the moment price broke through, it tends towards a support area. So we have a strong support areas at this end. Okay, and H1 has broken it. Even though I don't use H1 for confirmation, but as H1 has broken it, and you have some chances. But when you look left, you have some consolidations over here. Okay, so I see the chance, because since H42, the dip has been broken. This one has been broken. So the chances of it moving high. So let's wait. So if this one is moving bullish, if this one is breaking the tip, we are going to see what? A bullish closure, a bearish closure. Okay. As this one is flipping, as the daily candle is flipping bearish, we are going to see a closure. Okay, a candle closure. We are going to see a candle closure at the H4 time frame. So those who just joined the stream, we usually meet Monday to Friday on YouTube. Okay, the same time, 6 o'clock. So You can just mark it in your calendar. So Monday to Friday we meet around. You meet to what? Break down the currency pairs. So this is what you are expecting. You are going to expect what? A bearish. You're going to see a bearish closure of candle. That's what you are going to expect. That's what you are going to expect. But for now, we have to be patient and wait for the H1 candle to close. So when it flips, I'm going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. So that will be what? The H1 candle closure. That's what I'm going to wait for. I'm going to wait for the 30-minute candle closure. Then I'll make a decision. Let me check this pair. You are in a delicate situation, very critical situation. So the way H4 is moving, wow. GU is very volatile. So the way GU is moving, we are going to wait for the So we have to take it slow. Today is Friday and it's the last day of the month too. So you see now the monthly candle is trying to settle down. Okay. So when is the last day of the month, you have to be very cautious about the decisions you take. The monthly candle is trying to settle. So you see some back and forth in the moves. The monthly candle is trying to settle down. Okay. The monthly, this is Friday. Today is Friday and it's at the end of the month too. So don't use losing trade to enter the new month. Don't ruin your month. The month has been good. Don't ruin it. So the way the Euro USD monthly candle is forming is the same thing as the GU monthly candle too is doing. It's the same thing. Forex is very hard. Let me tell you, Forex is very hard, especially with the patience level. So everything has spoiled. The best thing is for us to wait for. All right. So we are safe. Our the market, our order was not filled. So we are safe. Our order was not filled. So, let me update my group. Maybe some people are not here, so let me tell them to delete their stop. So now we are going to wait for the H1 candle to close. So if the H1 candle flips, if the H1 candle flips, if the H1 candle flips bearish, then what? We make a decision. Yeah, we make a decision. That's what we are going to wait or look for. It's calling. Hello? Morning. Uh, okay. So you gonna make when you're ready, let me know. So that's what I'm saying. When you're ready, let me know. Uh, okay. Because one thing most of the time when this thing today you'll be going to that. Tomorrow you have to be I think make it. But you have to add an additional fee to the transportation cost. I believe yeah. So if you have a question too, you can kindly bring it on board and we talk about it. You guys don't ask question at all. Why? You don't go through the you've not been doing back testing or you've not been facing any challenge. Or I've been teaching it to the simplest level. I've been making it very simple. Is that so? Or I should start using big terms. Yeah, so the market is doing something different. So the retracement that it is making, because the fundamentals for the CPI data or the figures for the CPI is showing that what you are going to expect weakness in the euro. So maybe it is just grabbing some liquidity, some orders over here, then it will start flipping. But it will happen. Everything will be when it is 8 o'clock. I will not be taking it. I will not be making or be taking a trade, okay, because of this one. So when I see a clear setup, if it doesn't give me a setup before 8 o'clock, then 8 o'clock p.m. GMT, right? So if you are because I'm in Ghana, that's why. So if it doesn't give me a setup, then maybe I'll wait for the release of the CPI data. Before the release, because this setup was very clear. I saw it and I said, wow, I have to make money today. But unfortunately, things are going otherwise. So it's good because maybe the news release will make some reversal or some corrections. When the news is released, it will make some corrections. So it's good it's happening like that. Okay. So the way H4 is forming, I'm even surprised. Is wow. Then it's serious because the daily time frame is clearly what I'm sure it is doing a correction. You get it? It is doing a correction and it will bounce back. It needs to bounce back. But anything we adapt to the market. Okay, we are not fixated to our bias. We adapt. We need to adapt to the changes in what, as in the changes in the market. You don't have to be fixated on what your bias alone. You need to be you need to adjust your bias. That's what you usually go for. So if this side get broken, okay, this side got broken, then our structure has shifted. But I'm sure this one is just a wick. It's just making a wick and then it will bounce back or it will retrace. That's how I'm seeing it. It's just making a wick and it will retrace. Just making a wick and it will retrace. So uh, it has been invalidated. But you see, when the candle is in motion, when the candle is ongoing, we don't conclude. Okay, so you see how you might think this candle is going to make what, it's going to as in move very, it's going to move down, it's going to close over here. But you see the wick that it's left, so it was the same thing as this one. It was also moving with the body was what, also beneath this side. It was also moving like this. It was also moving like this before it's what, it flipped bearish. So it's the same thing that is happening over here. It's the same thing that is happening over here. The moving bullish is the same thing happening. You get it? It's the same thing that is happening. So this one too can do the same thing. It can just move like as in all the body can be moving like this, and it's what, it will flip. You get it? And it will flip bearish. That's what it usually does. So we can conclude now. Okay, based on the time frame you are doing our analysis, we can conclude for now. So I was thinking this early morning we will get a trade. Uh, things are going different. Things are going differently as things are not going as planned. But everything will be clear when the news is being released. Everything will be clear when the news is being released. So you need to adapt with the changes in the market. You don't have to be fixated because you've said today I'm coming for a buy or a sell. So even if the market shifts structure, you are still going to stick to your buyers. It doesn't work that way. You need to what? Adapt with the changes in the market. You need to adapt in the changes in the market. So for me, for instance, I don't need more in the market. I'm even what I need within a week is just one trade. I need just one trade within a week and I'm okay. I don't need more because this market is very hard. And if you get a winning trade and you mess up, then they are going to take the brokers are going to take their money back. They are going to take your money back. What I need is only one trade within a week. I don't need more. I don't need less. I need only one trade within a week. One high quality trade within a week. So when the market, in case maybe you want to enter a market, and if the market is moving high, like what happened yesterday, if you see, in case maybe you are waiting for the candle to break beneath here like this, a small break of structure like this, and you see the market has moved very deep like this, you don't have to what? Be in rush to enter the market. You get it? You don't have to be in rush to enter the market. What you have to wait for is what? You need to wait for a retracement. You get it? You need to wait for a retracement. You need to wait for a retracement. That means you need to wait for a structure or a bullish candle to form. Something like this. Then you enter what? Then you enter the sell. This is what you usually have to go for. You get it? This is what you need to go for most of the times. Okay, these are the things that you need to go for. When it happens like that, these are the things that you need to go for. So when you see a massive move, don't be in rush to enter the market. When it happens like that, don't be in rush to enter. So you see how weak the H1 candle, you see how weak they are. So you need to always, using the H1 candle, you are going to, I don't know how, but to my opinion, I don't usually use H1 for confirmation. I have to make sure the higher time frame has given me the confirmation. The daily time frame, the H4 time frame has given me a confirmation before I'll make a decision. Before I'll make a decision. So structures are breaking just like that. Imagine this is a weekly time frame, daily time frame. See how the candle has broken through. I hope you are getting it. See how they've broken through. They've broken through it easily. Price has broken through easily. Price has broken through easily. Price has broken through it easily. The risk to reward on Euro USD was It was very sweet, but things are going differently. Things are moving. The market is moving differently as compared to what we projected. So my bias for the day is what, still a sell, because I don't use candle which is in motion to make a decision. I always make sure the candle has shifted structure before. Since this one is in motion, I'm not going to use this one for I'm not going to base my conclusion on a candle which is still in section. A candle which is an ongoing candle for decision making. I'm always going to wait for the closure. So you can't conclude now the H4 at Euro USD H4 has shifted structure. You can't. Okay, you can't. So you have to wait for, even though we see some lower high over here, but before we can conclude, we need to wait for the closure of the candle before we make a decision. That's what you usually go for. That's what you usually go for. It was a nice setup because the daily time frame was a downtrend. But at the H4 time frame, there was an area of interest, or there was a reactionary area at the H4 time frame. So those areas I was expecting, since price made, because this thing has happened before. Okay, it has repeated itself. By then it was an uptrend, and we took that was last 2 weeks. We took a sell on that chart. Was it this move? It was like this. Let me see what I will see. Yeah, it was this move. By then it was a buy. It's happening over here. So it's the same thing that happened. That was happening. It was the same thing. You get it. So this one is the same thing that is happening over here. I hope by this time it has turned it has turned bearish. I hope you can see it. So it's the same thing happening over here. This thing happening over here is the same thing that is going on over here. You get it? It's the same thing. So it's left with 10 minutes for the candle to close. So the market, it's the same thing that happens every day. The same thing. It's either going to buy or it's either going to sell. There's nothing different that the market is going to do. It will either buy or it will either sell. The same thing. So if you are consistent, you are going to see the similarities. You are going to see the repetition of the patterns. This thing is the same thing. There was a resistance over here. It created a mini resistance, broke through. The same thing that happens over here. There was a support over here, created a mini. What are you expecting? A continuation. Very fine. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And that one we took a buy over here. It's the same thing that has happened here. But at this time it was it's a sell. Okay, so the market repeats itself. It does the same thing every day. So if you're a newbie and you're starting out, one thing I would tell you is focus on the simple stuffs. Don't focus on complicated or things that are very complex. Learning things that's very complex. It's not about the number of things you learn in trading that is going to make you successful. Trading doesn't work that way. The simple stuffs are the ones that works. The simple stuffs are the one that works in the market. So if you think you are going to learn the big terms using the learning the complex strategy is going to make you profitable. It doesn't work that way. The simple stuff. So the way I trade is the basic. I'm not sure someone there's a strategy out there which is very basic, like how I'm doing my thing. The way I trade is the basic among all, very basic, that like even a 12 years can even understand. A 1 year can even understand. Very simple. So you're waiting for the close of the candle, then see what will happen. If it's close above it's if it's close beneath this one, then I'll take a sell. So I'm going in for a sell. My bias for the day was a sell. Okay. My bias for the day is a sell on Euro USD. For the day is a sell. I'm waiting for a sell. When it moves like this, close bearish, then I'll take the sell to this end. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm going to look for. So if GU breaks, if the H4 candle breaks above this strong zone, then it's very tough. It's very tough for price to come up. But I'm seeing what the H4 candle closing with no bullish distance, no top, no bottom wick. Okay, it should create some range, but there was no bottom wick, so it should create the wick. If there's no wick, the chances of it coming back is very high. So it's left with 5 minutes for the candle to close. Okay, it's left with 5 minutes for the candle to close. If the candle close beneath, then you make a decision. So as I said earlier, when there was a high impact news, when there was high impact news, this is what happens. Now, this is what you see in the market. Initially, you'll be seeing some, like, the market doesn't move in a straight where it's expected to move. It will not be moving to those side and other stuff. It will spoil setups. What has aligned perfectly for you, everything will get spoiled. That's how it usually do, or that's how it happens. But since it hasn't closed, hello. Yeah, I see, man. Yeah, so you anything I'll call you. Uh, you send me the recipient details. So send me the location then everything. All right, you're welcome. So in the next 2 minutes, this candle is going to close. In the next 2 minutes, this candle is going to close. When it closes, you see the importance of waiting for your setup to happen. Waiting for getting a proper way of entering the market using higher time frames. So supposing maybe we're relying on 30 minutes, I'm sure by now you would have even guessed stopped out. So those who enter impulsively, I've been seeing people using the 5 minutes, and sometimes when you tell them, they'll tell you, "I'll be the 5 minutes works." So using the 5 minutes, so suppose maybe we said, "Oh, the 30 minute candle has given us a bearish candle, so we are going to enter." You see what would have happened to us? You would have getting stopped out. So when you use the lower time frames, if you want to be losing more often, use the lower time frame, like the 1 minute. That's for you. Okay, using the 1 minute, the 5 minutes, get it. So always use higher time, even though a higher time frame. The reason why most people use the lower time frame because of risk to reward. But it's better for you to get a high win rate than risk to reward. So what if you are using? So one thing about this market, the more you lose, the more you get your psychology gets affected. Okay, the more your psychology gets affected. So it's better for you to go for a high win rate rather than that risk to reward thing that mostly people say. If you lose more often in the market, you get discouraged. You get it. You get discouraged. So I always prioritize win rate over high risk reward. For me, I have a high win rate. It's very hard for me to lose. Okay, because I use a higher time frame for confirmations and those stuff. So it's very hard for me to lose. But if I'm using the lower time frames, it's easily for you to get stopped out. That's the disadvantage of lower time frame. It's easily for you to lose, especially the 5 minutes and those stuff. So I've given you an example. So you see, we had a strong area of interest over here. So thinking this bullish candle is giving you a confirmation that price is going to drive down. So you see how price has broken through. So this time frame, so what I was waiting for is what with the high time frame, one thing is you are not going to get a high win rate, but you are not going to get the risks good risk to reward. But it's always important what especially when it comes to stop loss placement and your entry, confirming it from the higher time frame, it's more important. So me, for instance, sometimes I use the H4 to confirm my entry. Okay, especially when it comes to structure break, when it comes to support and resistances, key levels, reactionary areas, I use the H4 to confirm it. When it gives me the confirmation, then I'll go for the lower time frame. That's what mostly I do. That's what mostly I do. So it's always important to be using the higher time frame. It's always important to be using the higher time frame for confirmation. I always advise you to be doing those things. For me, as I said, I've been saying it's going to be very difficult for me to lose 3 times in a row. It's going to be very difficult for me to lose 3 times in a row. That's going to be very hard. So let me check the H1 candle. Maybe since we are not getting the this thing, it's not giving us the entry. We might call it a day. So the way things are moving, it's not going as planned. Again, let me check the. But so everything, I'm sure they are reserving all the move for the CPI. Okay, CPI. So it's an impactful news. So you can, if you want to check how to interpret those fundamentals, you can check it over here. You can check it over here. So it's an impactful in the report. So it says there are two versions of this report released about 2 weeks apart, flash and final. The report is extremely earlier and tends to have a significant, so it tends to have a significant impact. Okay, so it's very impactful. This news CPI flash estimate is very impactful. So I'm sure all the moves, the downwards move. So according to the data that has been released, if it goes as planned, then what you have to expect is what? A massive move. We need to expect a massive move for that. So all the massive move has been what? It has been reserved during the news release. That's what is going to happen. So it will happen around 9 o'clock, and anytime the H4 candle close, it brings volume, and at the same time, you are going to have volume at this time. So you have to expect a high volume. We need to expect a high volume. Okay, you need to expect a high volume. There's going to be a high volume. So you see how it is moving. I'm even surprised. I'm really really surprised. I was thinking maybe you are going to get a massive move downwards. I was thinking maybe you are going to see a massive move downwards, but the way things are happening, you see, you can't predict, you can't decide for the market. One thing about you can't decide for the market. That's how it works. It does what it feels good at doing. So you have to always make sure the market is showing it's like doing this thing. What's the name of this game? You have to always make sure that the candle is giving you a hand. This is what I want to play before you also make a decision. You don't have to predict. Okay, so especially if some people are trading, this is how some people trade. With that one, is you are going to get this one if the market moves up like this. When it's retest on this key level, when it's retest, some people will start taking buy because they said it has retested on this key level, placing your stop loss over here. So they will set maybe a buy stop at this end. When you do that, you are going to experience a lot of your orders are going to be stopped out most often or most at times. You get it? If you do something like this, your orders are you are going to be stopped out most at time. So the best thing you can do, always make sure what you are seeking confirmation. So if the market has gotten to this end, what shows you need to you need the market to give you a signal that I'm going to move up. So what is going to give what are the things that you are going to see? You need to see what's a bullish candle. So the moment you see a bullish candle, the market has given you a hand. It is now confirming that what I'm going to move up. You don't just buy if the market has not, if it is giving you a red candles. Okay, if structure is telling you it's a bullish trend and the market is giving you a red candles and you are going to buy, predicting or saying, or maybe the market is going to move very fast or it's going to move up, You are getting it wrong. That's why mostly your stop loss, you get stopped out and you place your stop loss over it. Structure can easily be invalidated. So you see how this zone is very strong. You see how it has been invalidated. That's the nature of the market. You can easily get stopped out. That's how you sure you are paying attention to what the structure levels, or you are paying attention to, you are always making sure what the candle has given you a hand. Okay, always make sure the candle has given you a hand before you make a decision. Don't just jump into trades with no confirmation. You get it? Don't just jump into trades with no confirmation. Always make sure the market has given you a hand before you make a decision. That's how you have to go by things. Okay, so the H1 candle has closed. So now we are going to wait for what? 9 o'clock candle, but I think I'm really exhausted. I have something to do. So what we are going to do is what? Those in the private group, you'll be trading live in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So if you're on YouTube and you want to join the WhatsApp group, you can chat me. You see now you are not getting trade over here, but everything will be happening live in the what? My WhatsApp group. So if you want to be part of the group, you can chat me up. All right, so you call it a day over here. There was nothing. I was thinking we are going to get sell, and I'll take the sell with the people in the YouTube channel, but it didn't happen. Okay, so what I'm waiting for, I'm expecting the CPI news to flip bearish. That's what I'm expecting. I'm hoping. Okay, I'm hoping it will flip bearish, but anything can happen. But that's what I'm hoping based on the figures given or the data, the numbers given. I'm hoping that what euro will be weakening. If euro weakens, then you are going to expect somewhat a bearish move. So if it happens like that, then I will take a sell. If the candle out, so if the H4 candle close beneath over here, the next H4 candle, I'm going to wait for the H4 candle. So that means it will happen around the New York session. That's 1 p.m. GMT. When 1 p.m. GMT candle close, maybe the 1:30 candle or maybe the 1. That's what I'm expecting. But so still my bias. So this candle close. Okay, so since this candle has not closed, so my bias is what? A bearish for the day. So it has closed before what? I'll even look for a buy. But for now, today I'm not going to look for buy. Today is Friday. At the end of the month, the monthly candle is trying to close and other stuff. So I'm going to be patient, super patient today to wait for. I'm not going to be in rush to enter trades. Okay, I'm going to be super patient and wait for things to align before I'll make a decision. That's what I'm going to wait for today. You get it. So if you have any question on YouTube, if you have a question, let me know before I will leave the stream. If you have a question, kindly type. So if you enjoyed today's stream, let me know. Kindly type in the chat box you enjoyed the stream. You learned something today. If you learned something today in the stream, let me know. YouTube, if you learned something today, if you join me from the onset and you learned something today, kindly type it in the chat box that you have learned something valuable today. Let me know. Kindly type something in the chat box for me to know you learned something new today. You got a valuable lesson today. Type it in the chat box before I will leave. So I've given you what you have to expect. So what did you learn today in the YouTube channel? What new thing did you learn today? Those in the YouTube. Those on YouTube, what did you learn? So type something in the chat box, let me know. Type something in the chat box, let me know. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting the bearish candle to what? Flip. So I'm expecting the bearish candle to flip something like this. So I said if you learn something today, let me know. Okay, if you learn something today, just type 2. If you learn something today, type 2 in the chat box. If you learn something new today, type 2 in the chat box. Let me know. If you're on YouTube and you learn something new today, type 2 in the chat box. So I'm expecting a bearish candle. I'm expecting the candle to do something like this. Okay, so Daniel Onyama said he learned something today, something new today. Who again learned something new today? You guys are discouraging me to continue the live stream. Do you want me to stop the live stream on YouTube? You want me to stop, and that's why you're not commenting. Okay. So I'm expecting the bearish candle to flip like this. I'm expecting the bearish candle to flip like this. Then what? You will take a sell, but that one will happen around 9 o'clock. Okay, that one will happen around. If H4 candle break through bearish and the next candle also break bearish, advisable to for a buy when there's no resistance. So if you want to go for a buy on which pair, please let me know on which pair are you talking about. The person who just commented, which pair are you talking about? Is it the Euro USD that you are talking about? So the person who just commented, is it the Euro USD you are talking of? Is it the Euro USD? Let me know the pair that, because I want to. Okay, so with the Euro USD for today, according to my bias, it's a sell. Okay, and fundamentals too are confirming it. The forecasted figures are projecting what? A sell, because the CPI data, the forecast numbers is 2.2%. The previous numbers is 2.6, which is way what lesser than the previous numbers. So if inflation data is what lesser than the previous one, what you are expecting is what? You are expecting inflation to be less. Okay, they are expecting inflation numbers to be less. So if inflation numbers are less, what you have to expect is what? A weakening in the currency pair that you are a weakening in the currency that you are dealing with. So we are expecting weakness in what? The dollar. So the fundamentals are saying what? The euro is going to be weak. And market structure, according to market structure, the daily time frame is a downtrend. You get it. Daily time frame is a downtrend. This candle has broken and closed. It's a downtrend. H4 time frame is what? H4 time frame is a downtrend. You get it. H4 time frame too is a downtrend. So what you have to expect, so the only way you are going to look for a buy is what? Even though when it breaks, when the H4 candle breaks over here, structure has shifted to what? A buy. When H4 candle breaks like this, but I will not be going for a buy today because this is not a strong confirmation. Daily is a downtrend. I would rather be going for the daily structure, daily trend, other than focusing on the H4 trend for today, because of this, the way this structure is not that clear. Okay, so today I will not be going for a buy. Okay, so as I'm saying I'm not be going for a buy doesn't mean the market is not going to flip bullish. So what I'll be waiting for is what? I'll be waiting for, if you want to go for a buy, it's better you wait for the candle, the structure to what, to break over here, or the trend to shift direction over here before you go for what, before you always go for a buy. Okay, but for the sell, what I'm going to wait for is what? I'm going to wait for the H4 candle to flip bearish. Okay, if this 9 o'clock candle close over here, I'd rather be waiting for the H4 candle to flip bearish like this, then I will take a sell. So for today I'm in for sell, but you have CPI news over here. Okay, which is very impactful, which is very, is going to cause some volatility in the market. Okay, so you either stay out. So from now to 9 o'clock, don't take any trade on Euro USD unless maybe you want to. If you want to gamble on the news, you can set your sell stop over here. Okay, you can set a sell stop for, because the technicals or everything is aligned that Euro USD is going to sell. So since I'm saying this thing doesn't mean what it's going to happen. Sometimes things can change. But for my view for the pair, I'm thinking it's going to sell. Okay, my view for the pair, I'm thinking it's going to sell. So for now, you have to wait for, if you want to gamble on the news, you can set your sell stop and what if your sell stop get triggered, then you take in. Yeah, like your orders are going to get filled. Other than that, then you have to wait for what that 9 o'clock the news to be released. After the news release, then you make a decision. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting for today. You get it? This is what I'm expecting for today on Euro USD. I'm not going for the buy. I said you have to go for a buy when what? This is the point you need to go for a buy. I don't see this structure very well. This structure is not clear to me. I don't see it very well. So this is the point you'll be going for what? A buy. So when it comes to the pound USD, the pound dollar. So with the pound dollar, you see how this zone is very strong. You see, we had what a weekly resistance over here. At the same time, we had what daily resistance over here. You see how the candle has broken through. So if this candle breaks through and closed above this side, the chances of what, even though structure is a downtrend, but the chances of it moving high is the chances of it moving up is very high. Okay, but for this one too, I was still going for what I'm still looking for it. So on the Euro USD and the pound yen, it's not a sell for today. My bias for today is not a sell. My bias for the pound dollar and what the euro dollar is what a sell. Okay, but everything is going to be clear to us when the news has been released. The CPI news has been released, so we have to all stay alert and watch the 9 o'clock move. Okay, we have to watch the 9 o'clock movement. That's what is going to bring us what volume in the market. You get it? That's what is going to bring volume in the market. So at this point, today is Friday. You don't have to go in hard. One thing is what you have to know: today is Friday. It's at the end of the month. Today is Friday. Weekends. You are moving to weekends. So most of the time, when it's Friday, getting close to the after the New York session is what open. You are not going to see what you are not going to see a lot of volume in the market. I don't know trace shape or who is trace shape. I don't learn from those persons. So you are not going to see a lot of volume during those times. Okay. I don't sorry. You are not going to see a lot of volume during those times. So why don't you say that person learned from me and you are saying do I learn from that person? You know that time when I started trading I don't know that person. That person was not even around. Okay, I've learned from a lot of people. I learned from Q banks, I learned from Raja banks, I've learned from who is this guy? I've learned from what's the name of this guy? I've learned from a lot of people. I've learned from Raja Bank, I've learned from Q Banks, I've learned from Uncle Ted, I've learned from FX Alex G. So I've learned from a lot of people. Okay. So this try and at the same time so it was try and error, and I keep so if you watch these people, they are not trading like me. These people that I said I learned from them, they are not trading like me. You get it? Oh, you don't get worried. These people that you are saying they are not trading like me. You get it? All for the way I'm trading, it's all try and error, and what I came out with this system that works perfectly for me. Okay, so I use structures, I use zones, I use time of the day, I use candles. You get it? So I use a lot of things. So I've learned from a lot of people, and I've been in the game for long. So I don't know the person that you are talking about who is trade ship. I don't know the person that you are talking about. So I'm waiting for. So what I'm saying, the euro impacts. So you have to wait for the news to be released. Then what you make a decision. You get it? Then you make a decision. So today is Friday. Okay, it's at the end of the week, and after the New York session, you are not going to see a lot of volume. Okay, from experience, after New York session, like 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 p.m. GMT, you are not going to see a lot of you are going to see a lot of consolidation, and sometimes it can lead you to what? It can lead you to the weekends, and when the market is open, and you are going to experience a lot of gap. Okay, because of during the weekends you'll be seeing some news events and those stuff, so they are all going to be factored in when the market is open. So you are going to experience a lot of gap. Sometimes your entry is going to be stopped out. Okay, the market, if your stop loss is closed, you are going to get stopped out. So it's always important to what I don't usually enter trades throughout the weekend. Okay, I usually close my positions within the day. That's what I don't like being in a position and I'll be what? it will take me to the weekend. I don't like those things. So I always wait to close. I always prefer to close the trade within the day. I don't want to be moved to the next level, swap and other stuffs. If you are not lucky, they are going to take you to swap, and if you are lucky too, you are going to get some interest on the position. So we are going to wait for the Euro news 9 o'clock to be new released. So 36 minutes from there, you are going to what experience some volume in the market. Okay. So if there was no question at this point, so we meet the same time, you'll be meeting the same time from Monday to Friday, the same time, 6 a.m. GMT to 9 o'clock GMT. Okay. So see you all guys on Monday on this platform, same platform. So if you have not liked the video, kindly give a like on the stream. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, and let's move from there. See you on Monday, same time. So those in my private group, we are going to communicate on the decision to take on the Euro USD and GBP USD pair. Okay. So see you all tomorrow, same time tomorrow. See you all on Monday. We are going to start September very strong. I'm sure you are going to get a lot of winning trade on September. So August was a good month, and we had a winning trade, some of the winning trade. So the whole of this week, I've taken only one trade, which was the Euro USD. So okay, I don't want much in the market. I just want some few trades, and I'm done for the week. All right. So see you all tomorrow on Monday. Take care. Bye. Bye. So on YouTube, see you all on Monday. Have a great